Newsom being bought with millions in contributions. Hello and welcome to Sweet Home California. My name is Jennifer. National news right now is just too grim for me to cover. Maybe I'll make a short video on it a little bit later and get you up to speed on Afghanistan and some other things going on. But right now I just wanted to focus on the things that I think we can have an impact on. It's within our grasp, and that is ousting Governor Newsom. It's been said that many times, so goes California, so goes the nation. And if we can succeed in removing Gavin Newsom and replacing him with Larry Elder, it would result in a huge boost in morale for Republicans and conservative independents, not only in California, but across the nation, as we prepare for the 2022 election cycle. So let me read a little bit from the LA Times article that details who Newsom's friends are, and hopefully it will provide anyone in my audience sitting on the fence to go ahead and do a vote for recalling Newsom. So anyhow, let me get over there. I'm using some new technology, so let me know what you think about it. See, look. Bring this over. Bear with me. Technology is can be intimidating sometimes, can't it? But anyhow, for those of you that have been thinking about starting your own channel, it can be done. Middle-aged housewife and not figuring it out, and you can too. So if you do start a channel, share it with me. I'd love to give you my support, just as I've had a number of people who have been supporting me through my little journey here too. So anyhow, this originally appeared in the Los Angeles Times. It says, big donors helping Newsom fight California recall also have a big wish list in Sacramento. So, yeah, his anti-recall campaign has so far raked in just 5 months, more than $54 million. He had only raised $50.2 million in his 2018 campaign, and that was over the course of 4 years. So you think they're going to want something for all that money that they're going to be investing? I think so. Most of the money came in 6 or 7 figure donations from longtime Democrat financial backers, including government employee and trade unions, as well as people and interest groups that stand to gain from a relationship with the governor. Even allies of the governor have expressed concern about the amount of money that's flooding in. Let me pause here for just a moment. So California is kind of weird. We've got campaign finance reform, on a federal level, but on the state level, it's ruled by state laws. And in California, those laws are ridiculous. So if you are a candidate in the race, you are limited to $32,400 per individual. And candidates are limited overall to about $9.5 million for their entire campaign. Advertising is expensive. I can see how you can get through that real quick. Newsom, on the other hand, as being the subject of the recall, is not treated as a candidate, so he has unlimited funds. He can take unlimited funds from individual contributors, and that's the reason why you're seeing individuals contributing millions of dollars and certainly hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then overall, again, he's not limited by $9.5 million. He's not limited at all. So far, he's at $54 million, but if he gets more money, he can go ahead and spend more money. So anyhow, getting back to it, who are the people that he is getting this money from? Netflix chief Reed Hastings is a major supporter of charter schools, but remember, charter schools are often, they're public schools, it's just that they have a special charter. He gave $3 million. The California Teacher Association, which has clashed with charter school advocates for years, gave $1.8 million. So I don't know if the CEO guy is hoping for some help with charter schools or not, but right there he's got some conflicts. Of course, he might have just given the money because he wants special permissions to do all his, Netflix specials and being able to film without all the COVID requirements, and he was getting special permission to do things like that earlier in the pandemic. So maybe that's just a payback for that. I'm not sure. The Service Employees International Union and its local affiliates, which together represent around 700,000 members, including government employees, donated a combined $5.5 million to Newsom's anti-recall campaign. Others in the 1 Million and Up Club Association include California realtors, home builders, and Democratic governors. Again, all right, let me pause. I can understand why the realtors are real happy with Newsom. The average price of a home in California has gone up to $800,000. That's crazy. I'm below the median, by the way, but yeah, this is also including places like San Francisco and Los Angeles, which are crazy more expensive than the more rural parts of California. But even so, realtors get anywhere from 4 to 6% commission every time they sell a home. So I guess they're pretty happy with the $800,000 median home price. As to why home builders are happy, I couldn't tell you, because I've heard that a lot of their plans are put on hold and delayed, and of course there's all sorts of costs involved with delays because of environmental red tape, and I have no idea why. Probably because if you're a big home builder and you gave a whole lot of money, well, your plan might slide in a little quicker than some smaller home builder that didn't give money to Newsom's campaign. Anyhow, corruption. Republican political consultant Rob Stoltzman said, "The political calculus for writing big checks is easy to understand. Newsom right now, according to this, was still favored to defeat the attempt to remove him from office, though I've seen polls now that have it 50-50, or within the margin of error, with even, saying that he would be defeated. So that's why, I'm doing this. We need to get the word out. We need to get the word out. Vote yes, recall Newsom. And then even if he is ousted, the odds are slim that a GOP candidate that takes his place would last more than a year, because there will be another election for California governor next November. So basically, if you're the guy that's likely to be governor for the next 5 years, if he calls and asks you for help, you're likely to help, according to Stoltzman. He was a former advisor to Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, who took office in 2003, which up to date has been the state's only successful recall of a governor. So anyhow, the recall election provides an opportunity to do that, thanks to an exception in California's strict laws limiting political donations. And I already told you about the limits on that, so I'll skip that. So another big mega donor are Hastings and his wife, Patricia Quillen. They have given a whole bunch of money because back in 2018, they had supported the Governor Newsom's opponent, Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa. So this donation could solve any lingering animosity that Newsom may harbor. So, make friends. Let me see, what's some more? There's a couple of paragraphs here about the whole school system, and teachers unions, giving $2 million. Is it a bonus payment from last year's shutdown, or is it a prepayment for the one to come? That's a quote from Kevin Kiley. He had tweeted in July. Kiley supports placing statewide measure on the 2022 ballot that would provide for school choice and a voucher system which allows parents to use taxpayer dollars to subsidize tuition at any school. And of course, the executive director of the California Teacher Association is really opposed to that, and so that's why they're standing with Newsom on that. But here, let me give you some more commentary on the education system here. When we moved from Maryland, we took a look at the quality of the schools here. Luckily, our daughter has already graduated from high school. She's in college now. But where we lived in Maryland, all the schools that she attended were rated 8, 9, and 10 out of 10, and were nationally recognized blue ribbon schools. And these were public schools. It didn't cost anything extra. It just happened to be the school that was available in the town that we lived in. So we came over here, and you want to pay attention to how good the schools are, because it generally has a spillover effect into the quality of the community that you're living in. And we were looking in Kern County. We also looked in northern Los Angeles County, and all the schools in the area, you'd be lucky to get 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Many of them were 3 out of 10. When the quality of your school is 3 out of 10, how can you expect to have a highly paid workforce? If they can't read, if they can't compute. Listen to some of Larry Elder's ideas and his statistics on the schools that he went to in Los Angeles, where 2% of the graduating class can read at grade level. These public schools are failing our students, and it's hitting the inner city the worst. There has to be a change. We have to do something different, and be that charter schools or providing vouchers for kids to take the money in a backpack, so to speak, and be able to go to another public school of their choice or a private school. I think that's really what we need to do. So anyhow, the teachers union is firmly with Newsom, and I do have relatives that are on both sides of the political spectrum that are teachers in California, and this is not against teachers. This is really the administration. This is them having misplaced priorities and spending money not where it needs to go, and having curriculum that's not what it needs to be. So this is not an attack on teachers themselves. This is their union, and teachers themselves generally have very little say in what the union's going to do. Another political arm, another huge political donation, $1.75 million came from the California Correctional Peace Officer Association. Oddly enough, this donation came in just weeks after prison guards won $5,000 bonuses from the state for hazardous duty during the pandemic. Newsom also made their job a heck of a lot easier when he allowed thousands of them to be released from jail early. Sorry, gotta go back to commentary. How is it that our state employees can influence their elected officials like this? It just blows my mind that these are paid by the taxpayer, and they're taking taxpayer funds and basically giving it to who decides their bonus structures and everything else. This is just flat out paying them off. Not good. Well, anyhow, even some of the governor's supporters have been expressing concern about the massive amount of money Newsoms Campaign is bringing in. So it says, the burden is going to be on Newsom not to deliver everything these folks want and to do what's best for the public. But when you're talking about this kind of money, some favors are going to happen. Here's another example, $250,000 from Stuart and Linda Resnick. They have a San Joaquin Valley farming empire that grows water-intensive pistachios and almonds on more than 100,000 acres. And of course, they have a major interest in how the state and local water policy affects them. And this is after a couple months ago, no, maybe only a month ago. Before the harvest comes in, Kern County farmers lost over 5,000 farms lost their ability to get water. So 5,000 farms are not going to be able to see a harvest and lose this year's crop because of some smelt. They're running fresh water straight into the ocean, not giving it to the farmers because of some small smelt. It's ridiculous. So anyhow, of course, if you're a rich farmer and you've got the money to burn, go ahead and give it to Newsom so that you can make sure your farm isn't on the chopping block the next time they have to decide who gets water and who doesn't. Political arm of the California building industry contributed $1.5 million. And this is as the California Energy Commission is considering a ban on natural gas in new construction, a proposal advocated by environmentalists and opposed by home builders. And it's opposed because natural gas is a very clean energy. It is fairly inexpensive, and it's reliable, gets pipe right to you. We've got propane at where I'm at, and it's a bit of a pain having to call and make sure that we're topped off every so often. So anyhow, there's some more on there as well. But anyhow, I appreciate you sticking with me this long. I really think that this is a net positive, though. I don't want to be a downer on this article at all, because even though the article is meant to actually mostly show Newsom in a positive light, I think that he gets all these political contributions. I really think it's a net negative. I think that the more you put this information out to undecided voters, if you've got friends that just don't know which way they want to vote, share this with them. Let them know, Newsom is going to be in these people's back pocket. He is not helping the little guy. He's not helping the little farmer. He's not helping the minorities that are stuck in inner city public schools. He's not. So please share this information. Encourage your friends to vote. Make sure that you have voted. As for me, we've got our mail-in ballot, but we're going to be walking it in as soon as the polls start opening up. Be involved. And this is not just about California. As I said at the beginning, so goes California, so goes the country. So please, if you are out of state, feel free to give to LarryElder.com or electelder.com. I will put it in the description, and help make this the first domino. Kind of hoping that the audits were going to become the first domino, but that just seems to be taking forever. So I don't know if that's going to happen in time to be the first. So maybe California will be the first, and we'll get rid of Newsom and we'll have a Republican here, and that would just be wonderful news. It'd just be a big shot in the arm for going into the 2022 elections. So anyhow, I really appreciate your time. Please comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Please like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, share. Get the information out to all those people who are undecided. And I will catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.